Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2021 Senior High School Year-End Commencement Exercises of the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. Processional. The Senior High School Strand Coordinators. Assistant Principal and Registrar, Associate Professor Michelle B. Soto. The Senior High School Principal, Dr. Rubilina B. Hacolbia. Vice Presidents. Vice President for Branches and Campuses, Professor Pascualito B. Gatan. Vice President for Finance, Ms. Marisa J. Ligaspi. Vice President for Administration, Mr. Adam V. Ramilo. Vice President for Research, Extension, Planning and Development, Dr. Ana Ruby P. Gapasin. Vice President for Student Affairs and Services, Dr. Sinaida R. Sarmiento. Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Emmanuel C. De Guzman. Executive Vice President, Professor Alberto C. Gilio. Guests of the University, the members of the Board of Regents, Honorable Senator Emmanuel Joel Jose Villanueva, Honorable Mark Go, represented by Honorable Ron P. Salo, Honorable Rowena M. Dalusong, Honorable Jose B. Patalinhog III, Honorable Danilo L. Belo, Honorable Antonio C. Mancupa Jr., Honorable Ramir M. Cruz, Honorable Jerilyn L. Pilar, Honorable Romel S. Gonzaga, Honorable Ronald L. Adamat, Chairman, PUP Board of Regents and Commissioner, Commission on Higher Education, Associate Professor Rolando M. Covero Jr., University Board Secretary, carrying the mace of the University. Honorable Gian Habilona, Chief Executive Officer, Orange Apps, Commencement Speaker. Dr. Manuel M. Muhi, PUP President. Doxology.
Shine on me, let me see your glory. Shine on me, Spirit shine on me.
The Philippine National Anthem.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Bayang magiliw, beses silanganan, alat ng puso, sa litin mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, tuwing ka lang magiting, sa manlulupi, di ka pasisingin. Sa dagat at tulog, sa simon at sa langit mong pagkaw, may dilag ang tulak at awit sa paglayang minamahal. Ang kislat ng pagkawat mo'y tagumpay na nakikinig, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pang may pag-ibig. Lupa ng araw ng walhagit pagsinta, buhay ang langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mamati, ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
Presentation of candidates for graduation.
Mr. President, I have the honor to present to you the 1,177 candidates for the Arts and Design track, ADT, Science, Technology, Engineering and Mathematics, STEM strand, and TBL Tourism strand from the senior high school for the academic year 2020-2021. The graduation of these candidates was approved by the University Academic Council and confirmed by the Board of Regents.
Conferment of graduation by the University President, Dr. Manuel M. Muhi.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the Charter of the University and the Board of Regents, I hereby confer upon you the degrees for which you have been recommended with all the rights, honors, and privileges, as well as the obligations and responsibilities hereunto appertaining.
Presentation of Tanglaw ng Bayan Award.
The youth have always held a significant position in our society since time immemorial. They occupy the most important spaces in today's most important conversations. They are the architects of the new world as well as brilliant co-builders of the future. Our awardee demonstrates that age is not a barrier to achievement, whether young or old. Everyone can make a major and creative contribution to our society. He is a proud scholar ng Bayan and a PUP College of Engineering graduate. At the age of 19, he invented the Orange app, which catapulted him to being a self-made young entrepreneur. His app, as well as his company, strives to improve school IT infrastructure. It is a modern school management system designed to optimize day-to-day operations and streamline all educational institution activities with the goal of creating a forward-thinking education system through digital advances. He was dubbed the Pinoy Steve Jobs, a visionary who wants to change people's lives by building revolutionary products. Orange Apps Incorporated, his first company, was also supported and funded by the country's leading companies such as Ideaspace Foundation, Microsoft Corporation, and other investors from the Philippines. He represented the Philippines on the first reality TV show in Channel News Asia, Singapore, where he was the youngest and only Filipino film to reach the top 10. He was named one of the top 7 newsmakers in 2012 by the Manila Bulletin, a PUP innovator in 2013, one of Meg Magazine's top 30 young achievers, and a Forbes Young Achiever. His goal is to change the way the world learns. This vision continues to resound in all of his endeavors and serves as a marker for the brand he is trying to establish. His new product, Kauna, which aims to put education at the fingertips of the user, was just recently introduced, bringing him a step closer to achieving his aspirations. Our awardee today, despite his age, embodies the possibility of a vision for a new world. And he sends a message to all of our graduates today. They, too, have the potential to create our future, and their efforts and contributions are valued and supported. It gives me great pleasure to introduce you to a young entrepreneur, innovator, visionary, and the hope of the nation. On this third day of September 2021, on the occasion of the Polytechnic University of the Philippines Senior High School Commencement Exercises, the university hereby awards Mr. Gian Javiolona, CEO, Orange Apps Incorporated, the Tanglaw ng Bayan Award.
Thank you so much for inviting me to be your graduation speaker for this day. And to all the parents, professors, deans, administrators, and to our dear president, and lastly, to all our graduating students, magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. It's really an honor to be invited and to share my journey to all of you. I know we are living in this pandemic situation globally, and some of you are losing hope. Like, anong gagawin ko after this graduation? Would I get a job? Or paano namin haharapin yung mga darating na mga problems? Or meron pa bang opportunities na nag-aantay sa akin after ko graduate? I'm well aware of your situation, and I hope this message or this story that I'm going to share to you will give you inspiration and will give you hope that even though we're living in this kind of situation, as long as meron kang tiyaga at pangarap sa buhay, lahat to ay posible. Okay? So, I hope I could inspire you by sharing you my story on how was I able to build my company. Imagine I'm from PUP, like all of you, no resources, no anything, but I was able to build my own company, and now being used by a lot of schools, not just in the Philippines, but also outside the Philippines. So let's start. So my name is Gian, and my journey started with my curiosity with computers when I was a kid. Maybe I was 3 years old or 5 years old on this photo. And this was the first time I saw a computer. And because of this computer, I was really amazed kung paano siya nag-work. I love to play games. I love playing Dota or NBA games. And I was really curious kung paano ba nag-work yung mga software na to. And that's why when I entered college, I actually went in PUP. And this was me, no? As you can see, payat, maitim, yung pink na uniform. And I remember, I think this was 6 years or 7 years ago. And I still remember all the hardships, no? Hindi ko makakalimutan yung baon ko was 50 pesos. And sa 20 pesos, I use it for lunch sa may likod or sa may puresa banda. And naalala ko, siomai rice, tapos kanin, okay na yun, no? Buhay ka na. Or minsan, talong, no? And kanin, okay ka na. And I used to play basketball para makipagpatayan para sa ice tubig. And laging nasisira yung shoes ko dahil sa basketball, no? Pero yun yung ginagawa ko para magkaroon ng extra money para sa school. And naalala ko yung mga iba kong kaklase na bumibiyahe pa kahit malayo sila nakatira. Bumibiyahe sa PUP. And then yung lunch din nila, pansit canton and rice. So hindi ko makakalimutan yung mga moments na yun. And sa PUP ko na-experience at nakita yung isang computer dinadala sa isang classroom papunta sa kabila. And minsan, 7 kami sa isang computer, no, nag-aaral paano mag-program. So, lahat ng to na-experience ko and nakita ko. Nakala ko noon, nung time na yun, sabi ko, ba't ganito yung sitwasyon? Ba't ganito yung buhay? Ba't ang hirap? Meron kaya ako matutunan? Kasi wala ring books, no? Lahat sariling sikap talaga. So, sabi ko, like, paano kaya to? And nung enrollment period and yung mga graduation period or lahat, no? Even though na meron tayong system which is yung SIS natin, nangyayari pa rin to, no? Na kung saan pila pa rin, no? Pila ulit pila. Yun yung joke namin. Kailangan natin pumila ng pumila sa lahat ng bagay. And instead na magreklamo ako all the time, which nagreklamo ako all the time, nung thesis namin, kailangan namin mag-come up ng thesis. And naisip kong gumawa ng something para ma-solve yung problemang to. And nung ginawa ko yung idea na paano kung gawin ko ito sa mobile, no? Sa mobile phones. So, nung pumunta rin ako ng ibang school, nakita ko yung mga system ng mga ibang school sobrang mamahal. Like, yung isang school na nakita namin, ganito yung presyo ng system nila, no? Sobrang mahal. And nakita ko rin na ganito yung nangyayari sa kanila. So sabi ko, wow, itong problemang to, hindi lang to nangyayari sa school natin. Nagiging problema rin to sa mga malalaking university sa iba. And paano pa yung mga ibang schools, no? Na Catholic schools or yung mga maliliit na schools, no? Kasi wala silang resources to buy these very expensive softwares, no? Kaya sabi ko, what if I could create something and I could put all this technology to all the schools in the Philippines, no? Para mas maging accessible. So, that's why, after ko magtapos sa PUP, I straight out, nagsimula po ako na magtayo ng kumpanya na tinawag ko pong Orange Apps. And ganito po yung sitwasyon ko before, no? Mahilig ako mag-code, mahilig ako mag-program, and to be honest, natuto ako mag-program hindi lang dahil sa school, no? Pero dahil nag-aral din ako online, and tinayo po namin yung Orange Apps, no? Magtaka po kayo ano yung meaning ng Orange Apps. Kaya ako po siya tinawag na Orange Apps is dahil kung may orange sa US, gusto ko may kung may apple sa US, gusto ko may orange sa Philippines. Kaya yun yung tinawag ko po, no? And naalala ko, pinagtatawanan ako ng mga kaklase ko. Naalala ko rin nung OJT period, lahat doon sila nag-OJT sa mga may allowance. Pero nag-OJT ako sa sarili kong kumpanya. And dahil dyan, nasimulan ko po yung negosyo, no? Nagsimula po ako dahil lang sa idea, wala po akong pera, meron po akong computer, and ginamit ko po yun, no? Dahan-dahan, sinimulan ko po na magbenta sa iba't ibang school kahit hindi po ako pinapansin, pero hindi po ako give up. Nagsimula po kami sa isang maliit na office, no? Dito kami nagmi-meeting sa labas. Ganito po yung sitwasyon, no? Dahan-dahan, dumami po ng dumami yung mga tao, yung mga empleyado. Dumating yung time na doon na rin natutulog yung mga empleyado namin dahil talagang gusto namin makagawa ng something na makakatulong po para sa mga schools. And naalala ko na nung nagsimula po kami, no, na hindi kami nagkakasya, and then slowly lumaki po ng lumaki hanggang sa nagkaroon po kami ng bagong opisina. And ganito na po yung itsura ng office namin now. Pero kung makikita niyo po kung saan kami nanggaling, hindi po pa nagsisiksikan ho kami noon. And ngayon, we were able to get a good space, no? And nagsimula lang po sa isang idea ko, and ngayon nakakatulong na po ako at nagbibigay ng trabaho sa mga tao, no? I think mga 40 or 50 employees na po kami now. And I'm happy to say na we're all providing jobs to these people, no? From my idea or from my pain point, no, in PUP, now it's being used by big schools, no, and big universities in the Philippines. And nakakatuwang isipin na yes, may problema, pero ginamit ko po yung problemang yun at yung experiences ko at yung lack of resources and everything as inspiration and motivation. Masasabi ko po na wala ako sa sitwasyon ko na kung hindi po ako nag-aral sa PUP. Kung hindi ko po naranasan lahat ng paghihirap na yun. At wala pong orange apps kundi dahil doon. Yun po yung naniniwala ako. Dinala ako ng Diyos sa PUP para ma-experience yan, para mangyari po ito. At para matulungan ko po yung mga schools. Especially ngayon ng pandemic. Few years ago, nung nagsisimula po ako, marami po nagdududa, marami nagtatanong bakit ko ginagawa yan, mag-abroad na lang daw ako kasi sayang. Pero hindi po ako give up at naniwala po ako sa vision na meron po ako. At ngayon, especially nagka-pandemic, no, mas lalo pong dumami yung mga schools, dumami po yung mga naniwala, and ito po yung mga feedback, no, ng mga schools namin na natulungan namin, no. Imagine dahil sa orange apps ngayon, lahat ng operation ng school online, enrollment, payment, grades, learning, nag-aaral sila, exams nila, lahat po ng operation ng school runs in orange apps. And ngayon, mas accessible na po ito, no? At mas mura para sa mga schools, no? At para maging accessible po para sa mga ating mga kabataan at sa makatulong po sa mga magulang, no? And dahil dyan, again, few years ago, naalala ko yung baon ko 50 pesos lang. And then ngayon, no, I was also being part by Forbes na ang kasamahan mo dito, mga international, no? Hindi rin po ako makapaniwala na nangyari yan. Pero, again, I only have a dream. Even though there's a lot of problems in my situation, hindi po yung naging dahilan. And katulad ng sitwasyon natin ngayon, na pandemic, hindi porket pandemic, wala nang hope or wala nang solusyon o hindi na alam kung anong mangyayari. Maniwala po kayo, marami pong opportunity. Kailangan nyo lang pong hanapin. Maraming problema dyan, kailangan nyo lang solusyonan. And for sure, no, darating po yung pera, darating po yung opportunity, darating po yung lahat, no? And ang isang bagay na gusto ko pong i-share sa inyo is natutunan ko po is lifelong learner, no? Hindi porket natapos na kayo sa pag-aaral nyo, yun na po yun. Hanggang ngayon po patuloy ako nag-aaral in terms of learning. Hindi po ako negosyante talaga. Computer engineer po ako. Pagka-graduate, hindi ko po alam kung anong gagawin. Paano ba mag-negosyo. Naalala ko yung tanong ng isang investor sa akin kung registered ba yung Orange Shop sa SEC. Kasi pinakilala ko yung sarili ko na CEO ng Orange Shops. Nung tinanong ako, hindi ko po alam yung sabihin ng SEC. So, tinawanan niya ako. At naalala ko, tinanong nila ako kung magkano yung burn rate ng kumpanya. Hindi ko rin alam kung ano yun, which is a business term, na kung magkano yung gastos mo kada buwan sa kumpanya. So, hindi rin ako finance. Pero, ang meron po ako is lakas ng loob. And ang ginawa ko po is kumuha ako ng mga tao na mas magagaling sa akin at nag-aaral po ako mabuti para matutunan lahat ng yun. Maraming pagkakamali, pero dahil dun sa mga pagkakamaling yun, natuto po ako. And we're so lucky in our generation, no, na everything can be learned online. I didn't know all these skills, pero I learned using YouTube, how to code. I learned how to do finance on YouTube. I took up free online classes. I took up all these free learning resources online. So, hindi po dahilan na hindi mo kaya o hindi mo alam. Kasi ngayon, isang search mo lang, kaya mo matutunan lahat. And isa po kong example nun, no? Nagawa ko po ito lahat dahil lang sa pag-search at pag-aaral online. So, alam ko kakayanin nyo rin po yun. And nagkaroon ako ng opportunity to go sa US at mabisita yung mga pinakamalalaking tech companies like Google, Tesla, NASA, Apple, Twitter, Facebook, and lahat ng to, no? Ang isang bagay na na-realize ko kung ba't sila naging successful is hindi sila takot magkamali. Sa Pilipinas, pag bumagsak ko sa subject, wala ka ng pag-asa or mahina ka na. Pero sa tunay na buhay, pag nagkamali ka, okay lang. Matututo ka. hindi po ako takot magkamali. Yun yung isang advantage ko. At hindi rin ako takot na magtanong at magsabing hindi ko alam. And kasi pag hindi mo alam at may nagturo sa'yo, matututo ka, ikaw yung panalo. Pero kung nagmarunong ka, wala kang matutunan. No? And isa po yun sa isang bagay na dapat may bagos dito sa Philippines for me. Na dapat mag-change tayo ng mindset na okay lang magkamali as long as matuto ka. Okay? And ang dami ko na pong mali at sobrang mahal po ng mga pagkakamali ko. Pero wala po kasi sitwasyon ko ngayon kung hindi dahil sa mga maling yun. At totoo po yun. At gusto ko pong bigyan kayo ng go signal, kayong lahat. Bigyan ng go signal na okay lang magkamali as long as matuto kayo at hindi nyo na ulitin. Okay? And siguro yung mga last lessons that I want to share, no? The first one is the sooner you start, the faster you will learn. After ko magtapos sa PUP, sinimulan ko po kagad yung Orange Apps. And marami akong naging oras para matuto, para magkamali. And I'm 28 right now. At even though on this age, no, I could say na I've learned a lot. I did a lot already. And for me, I'm still starting, no? Okay lang na magsimula kayo ng maaga, especially now, na everything is instant, no? You could learn online, you could work from home, take advantage of it, okay? We're super lucky kung nasan tayo sa sitwasyon na to. Second is, there's no risk in trying, only regret. Marami sa inyo takot mag-risk dahil sa sitwasyon, but for me, darating yung time na sana sasabihin mo, sana ginawa ko to, sana ginawa ko yan, sana trinay ko to. For me, kung meron kang naiisip or meron kang gustong gawin mo na. As long as tingin mong safe at inaral mong mabuti, gawin mo na. And pag ginawa mo, i-make sure mo na gagawin mo ang lahat. And okay lang na magkamali as long as binigay mo ang lahat. Kasi for sure, magkakamali ka. Pero kailangan bumangon ka ulit. Okay? And lastly, matuto kang mangarap. Libreng mangarap. Isang bagay na libre sa mundo mo, kundi mangarap. And yun ang meron tayo ngayon lahat dapat. Mangarap tayong lahat. And ngayon na graduate kayo, ito yung isang bagay na kailangan isipin. Ano yung pangarap ninyo? Pangarap niyo matulungan yung magulang ninyo. Pangarap ninyo mapadali yung sitwasyon ng pamilya nyo. Naalala ko, nung nagsisimula ako, simple lang yung pangarap ko, mabilan ng bahay yung magulang ko. And matayo itong kumpanya. And makatulong sa mga tao at sa mga schools. And hindi ko hinabol yung pera. And masasabi ko sa inyo, after how many years of doing Orange Apps, I was able to achieve those dreams and made it a reality. It's not overnight success. It took me how many years para mangyari yun. But because of perseverance, not giving up, willing to fail, taking risks, I was able to make that happen. And I just want to show you this last photo, no? That's me 5 or 6 years ago. And I showed this photo to all my employees. And I told them na I have a dream. And that was to build a tech company in the Philippines. And I believe that we are the spark that will light the fire of all the dreamers and believers in this country. Let's continue to provide inspiration, hope, and innovation through technology. And I also want to say to all of you na kung kaya ko, alam ko kaya nyo rin. Most probably meron sa inyo ngayon na nakaupo ngayon at nakikinig sa akin. Alam ko magka-college kayo and alam ko mag-aaral pa kayo. But take this opportunity to learn, to explore, and to try things. And I hope one day I could see you and meet you and help you and work with you or even partner with you, no? Because I do believe now we Filipinos, we the millennials are the future of this country and we're the ones who's gonna shape this world. So, itong pandemic na to, Let's think of this as an opportunity, not as a problem. Let's use this as an inspiration to solve problems. There's a lot of problems right now. Let's use this opportunity to be an inspiration, no? And all I could say is, kapag taga-PUP ka, lahat ng dinanas niyong problema, lahat ng dinanas niyong hirap, tiyaga, lahat yan may dahilan. And one day, makikita niyo yung reason na yan. And ako, kitang-kita ko yung reason na yan ngayon. Natayo ko tong kumpanya dahil sa lahat ng nangyari sa akin in PUP. Lahat ng pagiging madiskarte, matyaga, and pagiging resourceful dahil yan sa nakita ko sa PUP. And proud akong sabihin na galing akong PUP. And I hope one day all of you will also say that. Okay? So, yun lang. Maraming salamat sa inyo. I hope this talk or this story inspired you and helped you for you to face your future. And again, maraming salamat po. And I'm really excited to go back to my university and help PUP and see how we can innovate and inspire more students, no? So, yun lang. Maraming salamat po and please stay safe. God bless and congratulations to all the graduates.
Distribution of diplomas. The valedictory address to be delivered by Miss Syra May S. Pligaria.
Starting our senior high school journey was not as easy as you think. It was somewhat challenging, yet rewarding. We started with no clue of what's ahead of us, but here we are, finally graduating. I realized sometimes there's comfort in uncertainty. You'll never know what you'll get, you'll never know what to experience, and you'll never know how you'll face it until you're there, until it's your moment. I learned it never gets easier, but it gets better. And today is that day. To our respected guests, officials, and staff, it is my honor to formally represent the graduates of the academic year 2020 to 2021. On behalf of the graduates, I would like to thank our dear senior high school principal, Dr. Rovelina B. Hacolbia, to our assistant principal, Ma'am Michelle B. Soto, our dear executive committee officials, Vice President for Finance, Marisa J. Legaspi, Vice President for Research Extension and Development, Ana Ruby B. Gapasin, Vice President for Branches and Campuses, Pascualito Bigatan, Vice President for Administration, Adam V. Ramilo, Vice President for Student Affairs and Services, Zenaida R. Sarmiento, our Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Emmanuel C. de Guzman, Executive Vice President Alberto C. Gillo, our Board of Regents Chair, Dr. Ronald Adamat, University President, Dr. Manuel M. Muhi, our guest speaker, Gian Scotty Havilona, Chief Executive Officer of Orange Apps, the PUP administrative staff, professors, and instructors, to all the family, friends, and fellow graduates, a pleasant day to all of you. Today will mark as the day where all our hardships and efforts are going to be worth it. This year may be a lot more different than what we are used to, but we still managed to conquer. Back when all things are pretty normal, year 2019, new school, new faces, and new environment. It was not easy adjusting to a place far from home. And honestly, I felt like an animal lost in the wrong habitat. I saw unfamiliar faces scattered across the hall. I thought to myself, I don't know anyone here. Do I even belong here? Who am I going to have lunch with? And before I even finished my thoughts, someone grabbed me by the arm and clung to it like we know each other for a long time. I was startled for a moment, but the girl smiled at me and told me we're classmates. And there, I found my first ever friend. Now finding someone to eat lunch with is not going to be a problem anymore. One friend became two, then it's three, then I remembered someone from enrollment day whom I had become friends with, so three became four. And then I was glad to approach someone because I liked their hair, hence four became five. I thought 5 friends are enough. But the once wrong habitat welcomed a lost animal, and from then on, it has always felt like home. We've been through so much even in just 2 years of being together. And despite the drastic change that the pandemic has brought to us, we prove that distance is not a hindrance. Our senior high school journey has given us an opportunity to improve and be the better versions of ourselves. We have learned so much as we grow individually. However, in order for us to grow, we have to face life and the circumstances that came along with it. Most of the time, we will find ourselves disappointed in how things are often quite different than what we expect them to be. As the saying goes, expect the unexpected. March of 2020 came, and so did COVID-19. I never thought it would last. Maybe a week of class suspension was enough. Not until weeks turned into months and turned into a year. This global crisis undeniably drained every bit of positivity in everybody's life. Plans for the year 2020 are all put on hold, and it felt like everything froze for a moment. As the new normal was introduced to us, we found ourselves struggling to adjust. It was like we are transported into a whole new dimension. But this institution guided us. PUP instructed different modes of learning, where no student should be left behind, as well as all the professors and instructors that continued to teach our classes despite the new normal way of teaching. It is common for people to struggle first before settling into a new environment. It'll take a moment for us to grasp everything. That's why we can't deny our troubles finding ways to adapt to this new normal. Juggling schoolworks, house chores, unstable internet connection, undesirable noise in the neighborhood, and of course, college applications. Honestly, it was exhausting. I am just an average, mentally unstable student who strives hard to at least get a passing grade. And I didn't expect to be here, talking. I know how physically and emotionally and mentally draining things could be. However, there are some people out there who serves as motivation. I mean, how can you give up when you can see your classmates struggling the same as you, yet they can still smile and help you so you won't go through this alone? In this pandemic, I was shown hope in the form of my family, friends, classmates, and even our professors. And I cannot just ignore God on this one. He was the one who gave me hope. He might have given me hard and very consistent challenges in life, but in the end, the reward is overwhelming. I won't force you to believe in anything I say about him, but in him, I trust. We wouldn't have gotten this far without our hope. Those are the people we rely on, the people who believed, inspired, and supported us throughout this journey. We extend our deepest gratitude to all of the people behind the institution, administrators and staff of PUP for their unwavering love and support, as well as their hard work and dedication in helping us to make progress toward our accomplishments, regardless of the global crisis. To the professors and instructors for giving us hope in times that we needed it, quality education, and of course, your kind considerations. Life lessons that we might not understand now, but soon will help us go through life. And for being one of the keys to our success. Thank you. To our family, especially to my own family, for supporting me since day one. I am very grateful. To my papa, for your undying support and to your funny remarks that always make me laugh. To my mama, who loves unconditionally and gives me the strength that I need every day to face life, and for your struggle just to make ends meet. To my sister, for being an inspiration to me and always pushing me to be the best version of myself. To the little things that you all do that matters most to me. Thank you, and I love you. To my friends and classmates, who became my second family here in PUP. To ADT, I never saw judgment in your eyes, only sincerity. Thank you for the confidence you all gave me. You are the kindest, most genuine and talented people that I know, and I am forever filled with gratitude to be part of your artistic family. To my best friend Kat Kat, thank you for being the Libra to my Capricorn, and for being the brightest star in my galaxy. I love you all. To our Almighty God, who gives me strength and determination to survive. Thank you for all the blessing and guidance. I appreciate you. And finally, to myself. To all the people who struggled like me, thank you for holding on and going with the flow. Congratulations. Nobody expected this from you. Well, we can't blame them. We tend to just joke around sometimes. But you're doing amazing, sweetie. Jokes aside, to my fellow graduates, I don't know all of you, but I know you have fought some battles along the way. Your personal battles just to get to this day, and with that, I know how brave and strong you are, and I am proud of you. I hope you're proud of yourself too, because you're not giving yourself enough credit. You know, putting yourself first may sound a little bit selfish, but This will help you keep your sane and have peace of mind for good mental health, as you should. I hope I did well and served my purpose today. I may be uncertain at first about accepting this wonderful opportunity to use my voice, but thank you so much. I enjoyed every minute of it. To formally end this, I would like to leave this message in Tagalog po sana. Medyo nakakapagod lang po kasi mag-English. Kaya tatapusin ko na po ito at ang huling mensahe ko ay para sa mga isko at iska ng sintang paaralan. Sana ay lagi nating tatandaan na gagamitin ang karunungan mula sa iyo para sa bayan. Padayon sa ating lahat. Hanggang sa muli mga iskolar ng bayan, layag. And I have a favor to ask you. Please register to vote. Thank you.
Pledge of loyalty.
Itaas ang kanang kamay at ulitin ang aking mga sasabihin. Ako si
Florence Blaise Dicingson
na nagtapos ng kursong
na nagtapos ng kursong Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics.
ay buong pusong nanunumpa
Ay buong pusong nanunumpa
na magiging tapat sa lahat ng panahon
sa lahat ng panahon
sa mga adhikain,
sa mga adhikain,
panuntunan at prinsipyo ng Politeknikong Universidad ng Pilipinas.
Politeknikong Universidad ng Pilipinas.
Ang aking sintang paaralan.
Ang aking sintang paaralan.
At sa organisasyon ng mga alumni
At sa organisasyon ng mga alumni
na kumakatawan dito.
kumakatawan dito.
Ako ay nangangako
Ako ay nangangako
na pagyayamanin ko
na pagyayamanin ko
ang aking napiling profesyon
ang aking napiling profesyon
na may paggalang
na may paggalang
sa mga alituntunin
sa mga alituntunin
ng universidad at sa mga batas ng Pilipinas.
ng universidad at sa mga batas ng Pilipinas.
Hindi ako gagawa
Hindi ako gagawa
ng anumang bagay na ikasasama
ng anumang bagay na ikasasama
ng kanyang pangalan,
ng kanyang pangalan,
bagkus
bagkus
ay aking itataguyod
ay aking itataguyod
ang kanyang pangalan, lalong ikahuhusay
ang kanyang pangalan, lalong ikuhusay
at ikabubunyi ng kanyang pangalan.
at ikabubunyi ng kanyang pangalan.
Bilang iskolar ng bayan
Bilang iskolar ng bayan
na kumikilala sa estado sa kanyang malaking ambag sa aking pag-aaral,
kilala sa estado sa kanyang malaking ambag sa aking pag-aaral,
inaalay ko ang aking buhay,
inaalay ko ang aking buhay,
husay at talino
husay at talino,
bilang kapaki-pakinabang
bilang kapaki-pakinabang
na mamamayan ng Pilipinas.
na mamamayan ng Pilipinas.
Ako ay maglilingkod
Ako ay maglilingkod
sa aking kapwa-tao
sa aking kapwa-tao
para sa ikaunlad ng aking bayan.
para sa ikaunlad ng aking bayan.
Ipinapangako ko
Ipinapangako ko
na maging matapat
na magiging matapat
at malayang susuporta
at malayang susuporta
sa mga adhikain at programa ng mga asosasyon ng alumni ng Politeknikong Universidad ng Pilipinas.
sa mga adhikain at programa ng asosasyon ng mga alumni ng Politeknikong Universidad ng Pilipinas.
Lahat ng ito
Lahat ng ito
ay aking tutupdin
ay aking tutupin
nang walang anumang pasubali
nang walang anumang pasubali
o pag-aalinlangan.
o pag-aalinlangan.
Kasihan nawat ako ng may kapal.
Kasiyahan nawa ako ng poong may kapal.
Mabuhay ang mga bagong nagsipagtapos.
The PUP Hymn.
Ang paalalang tanglaw ka ng bayan, pandayan ang isip ng kabataan. Kami ay dumating na salat sa yaman, hanap na tulong ay iyong palay. Ang layunin mo, ang tao, dinarangan ang Pilipino, ang iyong alagwita, ang ikang taglay, piupi aming gabay, para lang dakila, piupi pinagpalan. Gagamitin ka mula sa'yo, para sa bayan, ang iyong kalagima, ang ikang taglay, piupi aming gabay, para lang dakila, piupi pinagpalan.
Maganda at mapagpalang araw po, isang karangalan ang makasama kayo ngayong araw na ito sa atin pong hinahangaang Pangulo ng Polytechnic University of the Philippines, Dr. Manuel Muhi, mga opisyal, mga dekano, mga propesor, mga kawani ng ating pamantasan, mga iskolar ng bayan, mga magsisipagtapos. Muli mapagpalang araw po. Laman po ng mga diskurso sa social media at virtual meetings kung alin ang mas mahalaga sa gitna ng pandemya. Ang kalusugan o ang pagpapatuloy ng edukasyon ng ating mga kabataan. Batid po naming matagal nang nakikiisa sa mga panawagan para sa academic ease ang ating mga scholar ng bayan dito sa PUP. Kaugnay po ito ng katotohanang hindi madali ang new normal. Maaaring paulit-ulit pa rin ang tanong sa isipan ng ilang estudyante, mga magulang at guro. Is higher education worth it at time of a pandemic? Bilang hepe ng Labor Committee at Higher Education Committee dito sa Senado, klaro po sa atin, kailangan ng edukasyon sa pagbangon. Subalit kailangan pangalagaan din ang kalusugan ng lahat. Kabilang na po ang mental health ng ating mga guro at mga estudyante. Bilang mga scholar, batid niyo po na tungkulin ng Estado na tiyakin na hindi po kayo madedehado sa sistema ng edukasyon ngayon. Aaminin ko po na malaking hamon ito sa parehong sangay ng ehukatibo at lehislatura ng gobyerno. Pero ang totoo, mas mabigat ang hamon ng krisis na ito sa bawat isa sa inyo. Kailangan po kasi na mas magmadali kayo para matutunan ang maraming mga bagay, makahanap ng oportunidad sa mga disruptions at makasabay sa mga pagbabago. Huwag po kayong matakot. Lahat ng kailangan nyo para magtagumpay ay alam kong nasa inyo na. Isip, puso, at talino. Bilang inyong empleyado dito sa Senado, umaksyon po tayo para tiyaking masuportahan kayo ng pamahalaan. Bilang inyong kapwa PUPian, isinulong po natin ang pondo para sa mga smart campuses. Inaksyonan po natin na maisama sa listahan ang mga essential workers, kagaya ng ating mga guro at kawani ng ating mga pamantasan. Isinabatas na rin po natin ang Doktor para sa Bayan Act para sa mga gustong mag-aral ng medisina at maglingkod sa mga pampublikong ospital. Kapwa ko PUP-yan, humahanga po ako sa inyo dahil sa inyong kritikal at pagkakaroon ng bukas na isipan sa mga nangyayari sa ating pamahalaan at lipunan. Dahil po dito, buo ang aming loob na handa na kayong pumalaot sa mundo. Hindi lang para tuparin ang inyong mga pangarap, kundi higit sa lahat, paglingkuran ang ating Diyos at bayan. Congratulations po at mabuhay ang mga scholar ng bayan. Maraming salamat at pagpalain po tayo ng ating Panginoong Diyos.
Greetings of peace to one and all. To PUP President Dr. Bong Muhi, former President Manidi Guzman, Vice President Lito Gatan, to all the senior and junior officials of PUP graduates, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great honor that I speak before you on this very memorable and significant occasion where we send our graduates from the portals of this great university, the Polytechnic University of the Philippines. I feel proud and happy seeing all of you today, along with your parents, professors, and university officials, to celebrate your achievements amidst these challenging, extraordinary, and difficult times. We know that it was for you a long and exhausting but very rewarding journey. As chair of the PUP Governing Board and as commissioner of the Commission on Higher Education, I congratulate all of you, dear graduates, for managing to show flexibility, resiliency, adaptability, and perseverance all these times, and for finishing your studies and achievements your goal. We know that the COVID-19 pandemic made us all realize how fragile normality is, that in the blink of an eye, the whole world drastically changed. What we had previously not expected to happen had happened, and what we had taken for granted, dreaded, and feared become the new normal. Thankfully, you all survived. You all succeeded. You are now ready to step out of the portals of your alma mater. Academically equipped, technologically trained, and morally inspired. I am confident that the next chapter of your lives as new members of the nation's workforce will be defined by the education you receive, the kind of education that is transformative, one that will empower you to see the world differently and through an ethical lens in order for you to be able to challenge the status quo as agents of change. This is what I mean when I said in one of my quotes that, and I quote myself, education must be grounded on values. Without values, education will never amount to the upright transformation of a person, unquote. Yes, your values are more important than your knowledge, training, and expertise because they guide and motivate you how to use them in your professional life. Be of help always. Make yourselves available for nation building. Help and serve one another. Be creative. Learn to innovate. Adapt. This is the essence of your education. In a few moments, you will step out of the portals of this great university. Let me remind you not to forget always. Try to learn more about what the country needs. Know that the country needs people who will be agents of justice and peace. Know that the country needs people who will be agents of good governance and development. Know that the country needs people who will be agents of courage, hope, resilience, and perseverance, especially in these times of pandemic and great upheavals. Be therefore the agents of change. For what is education if you cannot use it to change the world? Just as what I said in my recent song composition entitled, Education Builds the Future. And I quote, education is everyone's concern, that all people should acquire as a weapon to change the world, for us all to live in peace and in prosperity, unquote. Make your education a weapon that will wipe out evils of this world. Make it flatten poverty. Make it vaporize injustice. Make it destroy indifferences. Make it disappear unpeace. You graduate today, but be the person you dream to be. Remember though, that dreams could happen not by hashtags alone, Twitter or Facebook posts, but through perseverance, dedication, and action. So, go out into the world where your education is needed. Go into the world where your ideas could change peoples and communities. Go into the world where you could become vessels for truth, kindness, peace, and change. Hence, make every effort to nurture values and virtues while you can. You are perfectly the graduates that our country needs. Amidst these challenging and critical times, I encourage you to contribute to nation building, yet continuously learning, studying, and researching as you go out doing other things. As what the American writer George Sanders had said, and I quote, "Do all the other things, the ambitious things, travel, get rich, get famous, innovate, lead, fall in love, make and lose fortunes, swim naked in wild jungle river. But as you do, to the extent that you can, err in the direction of kindness." Unquote. Mabuhay ang ating mga PUP graduates. Congratulations and Fio Gabi.
Para sa Class of 2021, isang mapagpalayang araw sa inyong lahat. Hayaan niyong simulan ko ang aking mensahe sa isang mainit na pagbati at pagpupugay sa mga magsisipagtapos ngayong araw na ito. Today, while the situation has somehow improved compared to March of 2020, things are obviously far from how they were before and would probably not go back to the old normal. I understand your frustration of missing a live graduation. Pero saludo ako sa inyo dahil napagtagumpayan ninyo ang mga hamon ng pandemya at naipagpatuloy ang pag-aaral sa kabila ng mga balakid at limitasyon. At ngayon ay mas handa na kayong harapin ang susunod na yugto ng inyong buhay. You and your university were able to courageously respond to the needs of the times, move forward as one, and rise above the challenges. Now, on the part of CHED, we acted quickly and conscientiously at the onset of the pandemic and devised ways to allow continued access to quality education through flexible modes of learning. In the midst of the COVID-19 pandemic, we ensured that learning continued by adopting a policy of flexible learning. Sa aking pagpadyak sa iba't ibang pamantasan sa buong Pilipinas, ako'y nabigyan ng pagkakataon na makausap, makasama, at makahalubilo ang mga mag-aaral, guro at empleyado ng iba't ibang pamantasan at kolehiyo sa bansa. I heard stories of struggles in the midst of the pandemic. We recognize the diligence, patience, and hard work of both the administrators, the faculty, the staff, and most important, the students, for not allowing the pandemic to ruin your dreams and aspirations. Last February 2021, nakilala ko ang magkapatid na parehong tertiary education subsidy grantees sa Tibiao, Antique. Sila ay si Maria at Remigio Escudero mula sa University of Antique. Ang kanilang ikinabubuhay ay magtinda ng balut at pagtama ng pandemya, nawalan sila ng kabuhayan. When they received their subsidy during the COVID-19 pandemic in May, pagkatapos nilang gastusin ang kanilang test sa mga pangangailangan nila sa pag-aaral, ginamit nila ang natitirang test upang makabangon ang kanilang negosyo at makakuha ng panggastos sa pang-araw-araw na pag-aaral. Last month, when I was in Cebu, I met Renami Nunez. Si Renami ay test beneficiary ng 2 taon na. Ginamit niya ang kanyang unang test subsidy para kabitan ng kuryente ang kanilang bahay dahil naaawa siya sa kanyang kapatid na nag-aaral sa dilim. Her second subsidy was used to buy her first cell phone in her life. And her third subsidy to buy a second-hand laptop for herself and her brother. She continues to study to better herself. She will be the first in her family to get a college education. A few weeks ago during my bike ride, I met Catherine Ehe, who used her test subsidy para makapagpatayo ng sari-sari store at para ipagawa ang bubong ng kanilang bahay. Makatapos niyang bilhin ang pangangailangan niya for flexible learning. And soon, I hope to meet some of the test beneficiaries in your university. These stories of success from our scholars are the reason why this year we claim victory for free higher education. These stories are proof that the Duterte administration prioritizes free and quality education for our young people. It is also with pride and happiness that I share with you that even in the midst of the pandemic, more than 1.6 million Filipinos in more than 200 public universities now continue to receive quality higher education for free. Sa iba't ibang panig ng ating bansa, ay narinig ko na mga kwento ng tagumpay ng ating mga mag-aaral, lalong-lalo na ang mga nakakakuha ng test at tulong duno. From their success stories, we can already claim that free higher education under RA 10931, the most important social legislation in the history of higher education, is a success. Overall, today, more than 2 million students are supported by the government amidst this global pandemic so that the students can continue receiving quality education and move closer towards the realization of their dreams to improve themselves and to improve the plight of their families. As we therefore celebrate your graduation today, we look back at the years of hard work and determination, the unwavering commitment in your continuous quest for knowledge. Let your graduation remind you of the gains that you have achieved collectively and individually, and the constant push to do better and to better yourselves as you enter the world of work. As you leave the portals of your university, I am optimistic that you will become active contributors to national growth and the competitiveness of our country. You have been equipped with the necessary competencies anchored on the university's core values. And so you must use this to make your distinctive mark in society by transforming lives. Never stop learning and continue to pursue activities that will serve as precursors of discovery to ensure continuous productivity and sustainability for our future generations. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2021. Mabuhay kayong lahat.